I know.
Hello, sorry.
Okay.
You just joined? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, just sneaked in quietly, late for class. How are
How
you?
are you? I'm good. How are you? How
Yeah,
was it your first BSD con in general or your first Euro BSD con in particular?
both. Yeah, my
Great.
first my first time going to a conference with any of the BSDs. So
It's, it's cool, eh?
yeah,
Very,
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
yeah, cool.
Do you normally go, or do you have you ever been?
Yeah, already it was supposed to be my third or fourth time, but we were moving but I didn't know beforehand the exact timing of the moving, so I already bought a very early bird ticket.
Mm,
But surprise, surprise, they came right at the same time, so I
yeah, of
didn't go.
course. Of course, it's bound to happen if there's
Yeah,
anything in the calendar already, it's bound to clash with that.
there
I
you
do.
go.
Hi there.
I think if I planned to sync both on the same time, I wouldn't be more successful than just.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cool.
I was just having a look at the repo, and there is one issue that doesn't have any response to it yet. I'm guessing it is from the same person who made the upstream commit, upstream PR,
Right. Let me look at the repo.
but I don't know if you've already spotted it 4 days ago. Oh wait, no, 4 days ago was the upstream thing. When was our thing? I've got too many windows. Where's my window gone? Okay, I'll find it. I guess I closed my window. Oh, it just says last week, so I don't know when that one was specifically raised.
So this one is issue number 15, and the suggestion is that we should set the default registry in our sample config file. The default registry is used if you don't specify a registry. So if I just say Docker pull Alpine, and it will just go, okay, I know where to pull that from because I always pull it from Docker Hub or whatever. And I think this is deprecated by the Podman folk because they prefer you to explicitly specify the registry to make sure that there's no surprising substitution that allows you to pull an image that you didn't want or perhaps was malicious. But it seems
Yeah.
far-fetched. But I think that I'm going to check the documentation on this before I reply to this particular issue. But I think it's policy in the upstream Podman to not specify a default registry.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I've definitely heard about some people using generative AI to write the code that they want, and it has a hallucination and it just proposes code that includes like repositories or images, registries that don't exist but could, that sound really plausible, and then like bad actors will go and like put something malicious in that place so that the next time somebody uses a generative AI and the hallucination occurs. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it, how people come up with these ideas? But
yeah, I mean, in this case, I think the default has traditionally been docker.io, which is the Docker hub, so it will tend to download from the set of Docker trusted images, and which arguably are safe. And if we set the default to that, that would be fine. But like I said, I want to read the see if I can find any words about what the policy for the Podman project is, and if that conflicts with having an install time default.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sensible.
Yeah.
Quick question. Hello, everybody. Quick question about what you just said, Doug.
Mhm.
Not, I might be completely wrong, but I'm not sure that that all the images on Docker.io are verified. So doing this by default could actually open you to accessing or using an image which is not, which includes malicious payloads.
Yeah.
Or
And
am I
I think
wrong?
that's what I have. So I have a vague memory of reading something about this in Docker, in the Podman documentation, and thinking, yeah, okay, I'm just going to select the default that I want, and then I moved on. So I'm going to reread that, but you're absolutely right. There's Docker verified, but there's also random folk on Docker Hub that publish into their own repositories, and I think that if I were to do a Docker run, some random guy on the internet slash my best image, then I deserve all I get, really. But if I do a Docker run Alpine with no kind of prefix, it's going to come from the Docker library, which is verified images, which is less risky, perhaps. But I've set my default locally to something that works for me, and I don't think I want, without double checking with documentation and best policies on the Linux side, I don't want to set the default right now.
Sounds good. And for the record, also I do think that the best practice is or should be or is that you always consider that whatever you're getting from the outside can be compromised, and I think that also extends to verified images, because in the end, when we're talking about well-known and well-trusted projects, we have seen situations where those projects were poisoned somewhere upstream in their own dependencies, and that has ended up getting distributed through trusted projects and trusted channels, if you want. So I would definitely advise. I mean, in my professional endeavors, I'm very strongly pushing for everyone to build everything themselves. When I'm saying everything themselves, it doesn't mean every user or anything, but if you're a company, my push is that you should have build your images, even if they replicate word for word to the comma what's coming from another Docker file, but you should build it yourself.
I think that's generally good advice, although there are some things that I trust because I know the people that build them. So the FreeBSD installers, I will usually download. I can build them locally, but it takes hours, and I prefer to just pull them from. But they're coming from a FreeBSD.org FTP site, and I personally know and trust the admins of that infrastructure. So that's my call.
I do too.
Yeah, it's an interesting subject, and security is something that, I'm not a security person, but I could play one on TV. So I miss all kinds of stuff when I think about this stuff. I understand the crypto, I understand all the reasoning behind it, but I miss all kinds of stuff.
Good to have you back, Matthias.
Pleasure to be here.
Tell me if I pronounce your name wrongly, I'll fix it.
It's right in many ways, in many different ways. So whatever is easy for you should probably be right in some language.
Makes sense. This is the last official call for this group.
Oh, okay. Well, your second name is Bizarro or Pizzaro?
Okay, so if we're going to go into the details, neither, because there's only one Z, so definitely not like Pizzaro, which sounds like the Italian flat bread thing. So Pizarro, that would be the.
Okay.
Yeah, just make it in S. Pizarro. That works.
I feel like for casual acquaintances, it's okay to be kind of flexible about accepting pronunciations of an unusual name. But for closer friends, you kind of want them to actually know how you want to pronounce them. And I think this is an interesting evolution. And some people are stricter than others. I had a neighbor that would refuse to open letters that were poorly addressed. She would destroy them.
Wow, that's taking it to the extreme, right?
Yeah.
I used to be to have a preferred way for my name to be pronounced, but then I started living in another country, and alternative ways of saying the name became just as natural. And actually, if I'm in a Spanish speaking or Catalan speaking place and they pronounce my name in the French way, it really sounds weird to me, even though that's how I was brought up. So it gets complicated.
Yeah.
No one can say
I do have questions.
I rarely meet anyone with the same last name as mine, so it's who knows how it's meant to be pronounced.
So my problem is that there's a common surname in England and Scotland, which is Robson, R-O-B. My surname is Rabson, R-A-B. My problem is when I tell people my name and they repeat it back to me with the wrong name, or worse, use the wrong name when I fill a format with the correct spelling and it comes back to me in the wrong. That bothers me more than it should.
From my own experience,
Matthias, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. From my own personal experience, trying to understand how the name of a person is pronounced correctly, at least is a matter of showing respect and care.
Yeah, I would say
so.
To address them in the way that I think anybody would like to be addressed. So.
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering how you've been getting on, Matthias, because you were telling us that you'd started a new company and that you were trying to get your employees a FreeBSD kind of workstation set up.
So the workstation setup is going nicely, I would say. I have to try and keep realistic outlook and not rush, because then it's I mean, I run the risk of getting riling people up rather than getting them on the bandwagon. So I've been doing this very low key, very low scale, if you want, at the moment, and I'm working on getting all the wrinkles or all the day-to-day operational wrinkles, so the kind of things that people usually it's the kind of stuff that stops them right there at the beginning, and they only focus on the but I can't it's bash is in the wrong place, something like that. Not that I'm going to change. Not that I'm going to change where Bash is running, but just to give you an example, right? Something which is not really very really meaningful or relevant. So that means that I still have a few wrinkles to get rid of before I can more widely distribute that. Some of them have to do with base setup, because I think it makes sense where we are now to try and get this as part of the out of the box experience, because I think it's one of the things that can actually, if it works well, that can actually be a very strong part of the appeal. Certainly is for me. And the whole running containers in a way that they can relate to on FreeBSD is also a big part, right? So right now, that was actually probably my main point of focus. I've been trying out the different parts of the write-up, and I'm hitting difficulty. So thank you, Doug, for updating the images on the registry, and also for the new version of FreeBSD images. And maybe you guys experience and knowledge can help me go past my current blocker, which is probably pretty stupid. So I've gotten rid of my whole pf.conf just to make sure that nothing there was part of the problem, and I've used the version of what you were advising on. So maybe I will share my screen, and that will say more. But basically, I'm having problems right at the beginning of building an image when I'm trying to when PKG is bootstrapping itself and is trying to access the repo, and I'm getting consistently host does not resolve. So some sort of connectivity, network issue. So let me share. So that's why I went back to a more basic PF version, just to make sure that my own version was not so. And I'm UE1 is my connected physical interface.
So can you run like a FreeBSD minimal image just to get the shell and play around with what things?
That's what I was also trying to do, and I can run your hello world.
Yeah.
But then that exits, and
do you have any do you have a FreeBSD minimal image that you've either made yourself or pulled, or are you getting stuck trying to build it?
I have three of these. So building the images, the images themselves. I have yours, I have Tara's, and I have one that I built, a set that I built also.
Okay, so I don't care which one. Can we just run one to get a shell, and then we'll play around with things? Maybe Tara's one, because that's a full featured one.
Okay, so is my syntax right? So I tried with with just sh, and it was not. So maybe let me go one less, so we have a full line. Let me know if you can read properly, or if I need to do something.
Base doesn't have a shell in it.
Okay, so that might be part of my problem, actually.
All base has is dynamic libraries. It's intended to be are you familiar with the Distralis project?
I've heard it, but
basically,
I'm not sure.
the idea is if your workload is just running a single binary, then let's have a base image that has only what that binary needs to run. So it's typically the base system shared libraries for libc and so on. A few config files like, well, resolve.conf and all that stuff, maybe a bit of a minimal password, that kind of thing. But nothing else, no shells, no attack surface of the utilities. None of the utilities exist. That's Distralis invented this idea of having a tiny base image for static linked workloads and a similar one for dynamic linked workloads. And what I call minimal extends that by installing the shell and the smallest number of utilities that package base lets you bring with it.
Okay, so there I am in this. So thanks a lot for that, because that's actually something I was bumping my head against. So right. Cool.
So we can. Oh, your pings. Okay, that's weird. Can you ping 10.88.0.1?
Yeah, if I can get my cursor back. What have I done?
I don't know.
No, that's just me. It's okay. Come back. No. Okay, so someone is not happy. Sorry about that. Okay. How do I do that? Extern. Okay, it looks like my terminal is not answering anymore. Okay, let me open another one and kill this one. So how would I do that? Yeah, I'm going to go to the key. So that's in Tmax. Oh yeah, now it's back. So sorry, you were saying to ping 10.88.0. So that's 0.1.
Yeah, so that should ping the bridge. Okay, so that means the packet managed to reach the bridge interface, which, yeah, there's no reason why that shouldn't. So the next step from there would be, can you ping the host's IP address?
Yeah, so that would be
whatever UE, 192.168.8.102. The main address on UE0. No, UE1.
Okay.
UE1 the one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. UE1 is the.
Yeah.
It's the external interface. Okay, so. Okay, getting there.
Okay, so then back on the host, what's your default route? So I don't know, netstat-nr or something.
Sorry.
So can you, from inside the container, can you ping 192.168.8.1?
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. So
Go
I want to
ahead.
look. So if we look at the pf.conf, I'll explain how it's supposed to work. So the NAT line, let's just ignore the v6 line, but it's substantially the same. It says basically rewrite the source address of anything in the CNI-NAT table to the main address on the egress interface, which is UE1. So what I want to do is to print out what's in the CNI-NAT table, and I've forgotten the invocation for that, so I'm just going to look it up.
Okay. So that would be pfctl.t, I think.
Something like that.
CNI. What's the name of the
CNI-NAT.
CNI-NAT. I think there's something like show.
I have to read the main page every single time.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. But what I will do though is look at my. So if I look at show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say you can show rule set. So if
there
you
we are.
pfctl-s nat, but
sorry, I cleared it.
Oops.
Oh, so I did exactly, but if I run it again, it should happen again, right?
Okay. So let's rerun the container to make sure that the because you cleared the NAT.
Okay. So I
is that okay?
No, go ahead. Sorry,
I'm not sure. I just want to see what's in the table now. Let me try and figure it out. So
yeah, okay. Let me look for this. So pf show table content.
-T show.
That's okay, and small t, it would be CNI-NAT, right?
I think so. Okay.
Okay.
And what is the address on S0?
Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Right. So now let's set a ping on the was it the 8.1 address, your default route.
Okay, so it's 192. Right.
Just what? No, it's one. It's not 88. It's 8, I think.
8. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Now on the host, let's TCP dump the bridge and see what's happening on the bridge. And then we'll TCP dump UE1 to see if we can see what's going on.
So should I limit that should I filter that?
Let's. Okay. You're going to go straight for the. I don't think it's going to be.
It's not going to be this one. I just wanted to know if I should filter or.
Yeah. Let's start by Yeah, so it's not being dropped. So let's do TCP dump -I CNI -podman 0. I don't think it needs to be filtered.
Just sorry, let me see.
There's
I
nothing
don't
that
need
should
to.
drop here.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's going to say, okay, let's TCP dump CNI -podman 0. So that's basically the bridge.
Okay. How do I filter for that?
Just change the -I, change the PF log 0 to CNI -podman 0. That's the interface name. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. That's weird. Okay. Right. Okay. So next, can you, on the host, change the TCP dump interface from CNI podman 0 to UE1? We might have to filter this. Okay, we're going to have to filter this. So let's.
So. Sorry, no, go ahead. What was your so 10.88.0. something?
No, because if by the time the packet reaches UE1, it should have been translated by the NAT rule. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let's change it. I don't, in your usual infrastructure, are you probably not pinging 8.8.8.8 at the moment? So let's set a ping in the container to ping 8.8.8.8, since that's going to try and leave the host and go to the internet. And we should be able to filter by that in the TCP dump. Okay, that's bad. That means it didn't get translated. Interesting. Can you do pfctl-snat?
No.
Okay. I think when you flushed the NAT earlier on, something might have happened, but I'm not sure. No, the table had the right address in it, but you don't have any NAT rules. Let's reload the pf.conf, do as service pf reload. All right. Just use service pf reload. It'll do whatever magic it needs to. Now can we do s-snat? Yeah. Oh,
sorry.
Okay, that's better. So now something.
Should I do TCP dump?
Yeah, the TCP dump again. Oh, it's still not translating it. That's weird. Okay, so we're receiving on UE1. Can we look at the routing table again? So root-nr. No, not root. I mean netstat. Sorry.
Okay, you want a netstat dash?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering whether our TCP dump will see the packet before it gets translated. The upstream gateway, is that a FreeBSD host? Can we run a TCP dump on that?
It's not a FreeBSD host, but it runs Linux. I've never tried to SSH into it, but I guess I should be able to do that.
I like having all of my infrastructure in the network. These stuff that I can dig my fingers into and look at. So I
Exactly.
pfSense as a router,
That's
I can just do all sorts of things when I'm troubleshooting.
fully aligned. That's I'm actually 8,000 miles from home, so I got myself a smaller travel travel thing, and I just booted it today, so I haven't really been. But yeah, it would be great if it ran pfSense. I can try to boot it to SSH into it. Let me see if it's something that's supported. I'm pretty sure it is. And it does have, it's a DDWRT, so it does have, I'm pretty sure it has TCP dump.
Yeah.
And also, please do let me know when when you want to go to something else, right?
No, this is fun. I do this. I have these things all the time. No, computers never work, and I'm usually the one that's breaking them, and then I have to figure out how to fix them.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of how I got into FreeBSD in the first place. So I'm just trying something on my end to figure out why my setup is different.
Okay, I'm enabling SSH.
Okay, so what we saw with the TCP dump is what I see on my system. So this is why I want to do the TCP dump one hop upstream from the host that's running Podman.
Okay, so let me see. So works. Okay, so let me just for later do a see if I can. Okay. Nope. No. Okay. So TCP dump is not. So how do I install TCP dump on that? Do I have I would imagine it doesn't let itself. So,
Mm. Is it possible to just to install any kind of packages on this?
that's what I'm trying to to look at because first of all I don't know what it's a derivative of. So apt is not there, yum is not there, and maybe it's busybox.
If it's okay, let's see.
Go ahead.
I was going to say if it's, I mean, if it's maybe based on Alpine, which is in turn based on busybox, there is a package manager for Alpine.
Okay, so Alpine packet manager.
Package, not packet.
Yeah, package. So Alpine package APK.
Yeah.
So we have APK.
Do we have an APK
here?
It was a long shot. Okay. I really want to see the packets leaving your host. Don't suppose you have a smart switch that you could mirror a port or something. That's what I do at home. Is I have all smart switches, and I can debug stuff along the path by tapping things off the switches.
You're cheating. You're making it easier. But no, I'm actually not traveling with that. So I definitely want to see if I can get OpenSense or something like that working on that
Right.
little box there. But let's see. So is there an emerge? No. Is there a Pacman? No. Is there a zipper? Okay. So can we use something like netcat or nets? Now I'm getting my Because Linux lets you use what's the name app? There's those install less versions that you can download. It's called an app. What? Install app. No.
Could you
Do we
perhaps
have
go to the in this? Could you cat etc. OS dash release?
Sorry, which one?
Etc. OS dash release.
Ooh,
Okay,
I'm
so
learning
this is
stuff.
yeah, so this is OpenWRT. That might be a good place to start. Search for OpenWRT TCP dump or something like that.
Sounds good. Okay. There's a package. On C. Come on, PKG data. No. So who is running their desktop on PKG base? Just to see if I can find someone who shares my woes. Okay, so
I have test VMs to running package base, and not my desktop. Don't quite trust it yet.
well, I do have a few problems, but I'm working most of the time on it. But right now, for instance, everything is blocked. I mean, everything, not everything, obviously, but I can't move away from my Windows. And I have to go to the console and then it works again. That's really there's something with my computer, and it's so categories network BSD3 close. So there's a package, but how do I install?
How to install? So
yeah, I'm going to find that right away. So how to install a package on Open WRT.
videos. I don't want to watch a video.
It seems there's something called OPKG. So, oh yeah, OPKG.
Oh well.
Okay, so let me look at the syntax before I start doing things widely. Okay, so how do I
examples? The first link.
Yeah, to get you started. So you're seeing my screen. I thought you were only seeing my console. So actually, you know what I'm doing. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, and you're being recorded, so don't do anything. Don't do anything you don't want to be recorded.
Especially the password.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, can we go to the examples page?
Yeah. I clicked on that, but you can see my it's
going bad.
It's going to come, but for some reason things are being very, very, very slow. So
let's guess. Let's just say OPKG install or something.
Let me just see what's going on with that machine, at least where because something is going crazy. So there's Chrome, which I'm using for Zoom. So maybe let me kill everything else.
I think the page
Go ahead.
itself is not responding. I'm trying to open it also from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me search for OPKG examples directly. So DPKG is not, so OPKG command options. How to install a package. So are you seeing both of my windows or only the one with the H top?
I see anything that's got the focus. So I've
got it.
I found a web page that
install.
says, yeah, that's exactly what I found. See if we can install TCP dump with OPKG.
Okay.
It's open now. Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so not the right package. TCP dump. I was going to say a very bad word. Something like that. No. Update maybe before.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's better.
This is exciting. Okay, so what's the interface name of?
That doesn't work on Linux, does it? Doesn't do the same stuff.
Sometimes it works. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it works. So what's the we want the interface that has the 8.1 address.
Okay, so that's
that wasn't helpful. Run it through less or something.
If I say context,
you can say /p capital, yeah, or
oh, that'll work. Okay, yeah. So br-lan. So let's see if we can TCP dump br-lan and filter for 8.8.8.8.
Okay.
You want -i br-lan to specify the interface.
Something like that?
Yeah, I guess.
Woo! Okay.
Wait.
Let's filter.
No, filter for all the 8s.
Oh, okay. So filtering.
No. Use a TCP dump filter.
Okay, but for an 8, I know how to filter by host.
Host 8.8.8.8.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the address that we're pinging. Hopefully that should be rare enough so that we'll see it.
Yeah.
Now go back to the container and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, this is clear. The NAT did not get applied, and I don't understand why. That's very weird.
So if I do oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, how do I see the version of PF? Just in case it's something to do with
PF is a base OS thing. It's the version is whatever the base OS is.
Yeah, but this is PKG base, so it's the version that goes with P5, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think that PF was modified by P5, so it's probably P4. Okay, so
somehow the NAT rule is not applying. Let's look at the rule set again. I mean, just look at pf.conf and see. So that, oh right, that's fine. This is from, and let's just, for sanity's sake, print out the CNI NAT table, pfctl-T show.
Sorry, so that's CNI NAT?
Dash capital
T.
Dash capital T.
Show, but that's CNI NAT, right?
Okay. What? You managed to print it before, and I didn't quite catch what the command line was.
I think it was that. So just looking at the name of the table, CNI NAT, yes. Yeah. No, I think that is correct. I think so. I did this. Sorry. So I can come out of this and see what I did.
It's dash lowercase t CNI dash NAT dash capital T show. So that's what's working for me.
Yeah. So the same.
And that's not got anything in it.
Reload the. Shall I reload the?
I would rerun the container. So exit the container and rerun it.
Okay.
Okay, and now do the show. Okay. Do the ping.
Oh.
Hey.
But what did we do?
So I'm guessing that when you accidentally flush the NAT, that may have removed something. And we reloaded the NAT rules, and then we reran the container, and that seems to have healed it.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's not. I'm not root.
That's down. I think it's because you're running with dash read only. Try without. So if you run with read only root, then the image is completely read only. Then it mounts tempfs on /temp and /var temp and var run and things like that.
Okay.
So I would run the container without read only. The other thing which I was going to suggest is
I'm running it now without read only.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was going to look at the read.
Are we trying to do bootstrap or?
Exactly. I just did.
Yeah.
So I just did a PKG update to get it to Bootstrap. Okay, so that's right. So let me check that I still. So probably I don't have DNS.
Yeah,
resolution.
Let's figure that. So do you have the host utility in this image?
Okay.
Okay.
Oof. Okay. So and host. Nope. I can
Okay.
run more than. Is there something
yeah.
above minimal?
The 8.8.8.8 address reverse resolves for me to dns.google. See if we can ping that. So ping dns.google.
Okay.
I need to jump, unfortunately.
Right.
But it's not my call. It's the OCI call.
Okay.
So yeah, stay on it, no problem.
You want it back?
So name does not resolve. Can we look at resolve.conf?
Okay, let me think.
That's not going to work. Probably no. That's definitely not going to work.
Because because I have unbound, local unbound on the
Right.
root on the host. So it is listening on the loopback interface.
I wonder if you changed that on the host to be the 192.168 address of the host instead of the local host. So I think that what Podman is doing is it's copying the resolve. Essentially, it's copying the resolve.conf from the host into the container, and obviously that's not running unbound. So when it tries to do DNS resolve to 127.0.0.1, it doesn't work.
Okay, so do I have echo? Yes. So then I 192.
You may not be able to do this because resolve.conf is mounted.
Oh, you think it's mounted directly?
It's no. So what happens is Podman constructs a resolve.conf file, and then bind mounts, or in our case, nullfs mounts that into the host. I don't know whether it's writable.
Okay, so if I just and then it should be my
the host which
IP
is running
address.
the container. Yeah.
So
whatever the address on UE1 is, I guess.
So 102.
Yeah. Let's rerun the container. It's not. It doesn't link. It doesn't mount the host's resolve.conf. It mounts a file which was derived from that.
Okay, good. So you said it was dns.google. Is that
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
At least it's doing something.
Okay.
So if I drill, let's say that I do drill guardian.com. Oops. Oh, it doesn't have drill. Okay, so if I ping, it's thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's not doing it, but it's thinking about it.
I suspect that Unbound is not replying. That Unbound is seeing a query from 10.88 and it's going not for me.
Yeah, so I think there's probably on conf.d access.conf. Okay, so any interface and sorry. Okay,
try running the container with the --DNS option to override the.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, no, I get what you were doing, but I'm suggesting we could work around this.
Okay, let me just see if it works.
Yeah, it might well do. I don't use Unbound, so I'm not sure.
No go.
Okay.
Okay, so we run this again with
So
option.
dash dash DNS equals 8.8.8.8.
Okay.
Now see if we can ping.
Okay.
Do a ping -4. This is a bug that I've been trying to, but I've been ignoring. It's trying to ping the B6 address.
We have.
Okay.
So if I do a PKG update. Okay, it's now working.
Okay, this is good. All right, I think we're well over time, and I'm really happy that we managed to get to at least a workaround. And then I think that maybe it's something which you can fix in the Unbound config.
Yep. Yeah. And I will also document this and submit this because I think that a lot of people are bound to.
Yeah. I think you're
run
right.
Unbound.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for working through it. I mean, it's taken us a while, but I think I'm really happy that we got to some kind of resolution.
I mean, that's so much better than when I'm banging my head alone against the PF wall or the PF firewall. That really, it was a pleasure. Thanks a lot. And just in passing, there's there seem to be a lot of interest in a couple of things in the that we mentioned last week in the FreeBSD. How do they call that? Production calls. So around the fact that
I don't
this might
usually go on those calls, mostly recently because I have conflicts with this thing, but often they don't seem to be. What's the right word? They seem a bit chaotic to me. And yeah, it's great. It's a great place to just have a chat, but sometimes I want to just drop off the call. Anyway,
okay.
So we're out of time now. So let's finish this call. And again, I really look forward to seeing your write-up on this, but it was well worth spending the time to debug it.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your help. Take care.
See you soon. Bye.
See you.